What's up, guys? Heat King here, bringing you a preview, I guess, a discussion video, if you will. It's 4 a.m., 4.6 a.m. in the morning here, and I'm ready to go to sleep, but rely on horror, which I pretty much use for all my horror game purposes, came out with some interesting information. As you all know, today, or technically yesterday, was the 20th anniversary of Resident Evil 2. We all expected a trailer. To be honest, it was a 50-50. You know, Capcom usually doesn't come out with anything big like that. You know, it's always 50-50. We either get something or we don't. The domain on their site has sort of been active, so we might be getting something soon, just not on the anniversary, or maybe we might get something today. Anyway, I went on Rely on Horror, and what do you know? Apparently there was a leak on 4chan. Now, it's new. Again, to be honest, usually it's 50-50 as well. Sometimes, if you're very, very lucky, you'll get leaks. In this case, I don't know what to think. I'm gonna go for it and read it now. Apparently the Capcom R&D Twitter even apologized for getting people's hopes up, saying that they never intended to be teasing us, just showing off fun photos. But thanks to some maybe insider info from 4chan, we might at least have an idea of what to expect. Okay, now they even say this, take this with a massive grain of salt, but I like to, 4chan actually has some disinformation from our own sort of proven do. So, okay, this is what they're saying. We've actually heard some of the information from one of our own sources who has proven to be reliable update us past games, most notably Resident Evil 7. That doesn't mean that this post is 100% legit, but it gives enough credits that we've just talked about, thanks to blah blah blah. Okay, so we got a screenshot of the supposed leaks. Shit, how do I do this? If this is alright, just see and I'll look at the camera. Okay. Take this shit I've heard and be the judge. Okay, so RE2 Remake is over the shoulder. Mix of Revelations 2 and RE4, can aim and move while shooting but no crouching. Okay. Honestly, this was expected. If it has over the shoulder view, this was expected. I remember hearing something at least when this game was first announced, at least a year ago, from a source that apparently it was going to be over the shoulder. It makes sense. It's a remake. I know a lot of people want the sort of like what Resident Evil 1 remake did, but what's the point of remaking a game 100% like the original with just updated graphics and shit when you could do so much more? So I don't mind. Oh, and here's another thing. It's obvious it was going to be over the shoulder view because Capcom, when they first announced this game, they even brought the team. Okay, there were these fans that were making a remake of Resident Evil 2, and it was over the shoulder view. They brought those fans to their studios to sort of give them a little ideas on how the game should be made. The fact that they brought those guys, they stopped them from making the remake. By the way, they brought those fans, and they were making an over the shoulder view of Resident Evil 2. So it makes sense. It makes sense. Well, why bring that team there to give you help and ideas if you're not going to use those? Do you know what I mean? So yeah, they tried both fixed and FPS, but it didn't work out. It didn't work out. Why wouldn't it work out? Okay, that part sounds a bit bullshitty. It didn't work out. Why? It worked fine for Resident Evil 0 and Resident Evil Remake on the HD collection. See, that's a bit of an FPS. Why would it be FPS? That's ridiculous. That's stupid. Why would you even consider that? I know I love Resident Evil 7, but Resident Evil 2 as an FPS, I guess because of Dark Side Chronicles, but why? People don't want that. RPD and city is vastly redesigned. Honestly, I imagine it would be. The mansion in the original game was, for the most part, redesigned and had new areas and was a bit larger and was a bit different to the original game. So I am expecting the RPD to be very different. I'm expecting toilets, for example, because there were no toilets in the original game. I'm expecting more bigger areas. I'm expecting something. I'm expecting areas that will make it feel like it's an actual police station instead of an art museum or library that was redecorated into one. I mean, I think that's the reason for why it is like it is. Item twinkles are back, just like in the Japanese version of RE2. None of that bullshit like in the US version of RE2. Item twinkles, I don't get that. What was the difference between the Japanese version of RE2 and the US version? I've played the UK version, I don't even know what's the difference. What does that mean? I don't know. Does that mean that items glitter or something? Like, I swear the UK version, yeah, the UK version glittered. I don't get it. What? Only 2 campaigns, no zapping system. However, Leon and Claire interact more because of this. Okay, only 2 campaigns. This honestly makes a lot of sense. Why? Because Leon A and Claire B is canon. Claire B and Leon A is canon. Leon B is canon. Claire A and Leon B is the canon scenario. Anyone who sits there saying, "Oh no, it's a mix of..." No, it's not a mix of the two, you morons, okay? The sources and the various developers, freaking Umbrella Chronicles and Dark Side Chronicles especially pretty much confirmed 100% that Claire A and Leon B scenario is the canon one, because you see all of those events and scenarios play out in those games in some ways. You don't see any of the shit from Leon A or Claire B take place. No, that's the canon one. And if it's only 2 campaigns, it makes sense, because why would you want to play for a campaign that's not canon? I like Leon A, I like Claire B, I like that scenario, I do, but it's not canon. It would be a waste of my time to get a remake, sit down and play through those just to like get unlock some other shit. Like, it's a waste of time, and it's a waste of time on development as well. If they're really trying to make this game and push out at a certain date, spending time working on 4 campaigns, for it to technically 5 if you count Hank's campaign and maybe other ones they might add, it's a waste of fucking time. It's a waste of bloody time, a waste of our time. 2 campaigns, you know, Claire A, Leon B, makes sense. Keep it at that, cool. Fine, I'm fine with that. I don't care about the rest of it. Crocodile was cut from the game. That better be bullshit, because I like that part of the game. It's a short part of the game, but it's a badass part. That better not be that better not be cut. That's just bollocks. That better not be cut. See, this feels like someone trying to get a reaction out of people and to piss them off, and everything I'm reading from this so far is things that will piss off like the original fans, like that are hardcore. I like the original games, but I understand change. But so far, everything I'm reading from this is enough to piss all of those people that love the original game to bits. Like, to bits. Like, and right now I'm pissed off about that. That Crocodile better not be bloody cut. Sherry is playable still, but can actually defend herself this time, much like Natalia. Okay, cool. Yeah. Sherry should be able to defend herself in some way, maybe throw a brick or 2 or whatever. Maybe use a little pocket knife. I don't know, but yeah, I'm cool with that. Ada's section has been expanded. She even gets different weapons now. I hope that's true. I hope we get to spend more time with Ada in a scenario. More weapons, cool. Don't mind that. No 4th survivor. Guessing it's being held for DLC. Okay. It kind of makes sense, actually, because again, if you're going to cut out the other 2 scenarios which you needed in order to get like an A rank to unlock the 4th survivor in the first place, I don't know. But at the same time, if they're keeping that for DLC, that is a stupid bloody move. I hope that's not true. I hope that's not. But this is Capcom we're talking about, and to be honest, I can see them doing that. And the only reason I would be sort of cool with this is if the 4th survivor campaign is expanded on and has more story and shit to it, then, and it doesn't need to be unlocked playing the other 2 scenarios, you know what I mean? Haven't heard anything about Tofu, but if the Crocodile is out, he's probably going to. I don't give a shit about Tofu. Let's skip. Focus is still on horror. Despite the twinkles, there are still lots of hidden items like in RE7. Right, so twinkles are there. I don't get that. Why was that cut from the US version? Why was that cut from the US version? That's stupid, isn't it? Like, difficulty is like RE7. Normal has autosave, hard does not. So, right. So what? You can find ink ribbons and save on the typewriter on hard mode, like the way RE7 had Madhouse mode and use cassette tapes. I guess. Yeah, fair enough. Cool. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of autosave. Costumes are back, but a heavy focus on DLC, much like RE0. Elsa is a planned costume for Claire, as is Leon's 1.5 point gear. Yeah, I don't really care about it. I guess it'll be cool if we can go through that whole Brad Mickens thing, you know, and unlock it. You can develop the Rebecca picture from the trash can and also something else from the trash can. It was on Wesker's desk. What does that mean? Late 2018 target release date. That's all I've heard. Don't know why they haven't revealed it yet. Of course, you all don't believe it, but this is more than you're going to get from Capcom today. Yeah. Yeah, and this is pretty much Rely on Horror doing their own thing on it. But yeah, these are my thoughts. So, late 2018 release, kind of bummed out about that if that's the case, but at the same time it makes sense. All the focus on Resident Evil 7 is pretty much over, and this is the year of Resident Evil 2, you know, it's the 20th anniversary, so it makes sense they would focus on that more. So yeah, to be honest, a late 2018 release date makes sense, I guess, because we're gonna have E3 and all that. So I imagine if we're not gonna get anything now, we will at E3 this year, 100%, definitely. Anyway guys, those are my thoughts on this. Tell me what you think down in the comments below. Tell me what you think. Obviously, I'll post a link there. You can read it. And yeah, as always, guys, like and subscribe, whatever. And I shall see you when I shall see you. Take care and bye.